Brian reported the sexual abuse around the age of 12 or 13. It shows up in various records throughout his adolescence and even into his adulthood that he was the victim of sexual abuse.
And when you say sexual abuse, specifically, what was reported between the ages of 12 and 13?
So in this case, there was a man who apparently attempted to rob Brian and wanted everything he had. Brian really had nothing to give this man. This man took Brian behind a store and then anally raped Brian and forced Brian to perform fellatio or oral sex on the man. Let's
turn now to Brian's mother.
So I mentioned earlier that when I talk about Brian's mother having been abusive, I'm not talking about somebody who, slapped a little too hard, spanked a little too hard, flew off the handle one time. I'm talking about someone who used a belt, an electrical cord on Brian, leaving welts, to the point that when he was 5 years old, he's taken to the hospital. She's charged criminally. The complaint against her describes that Brian was struck about his rib cage, back, and face with this belt and with this electrical cord. If we look at the multi-generational dysfunction and the multi-generational violence that was going on in Brian's family, his mother's home was physically abusive. So now we're talking about, if you're looking at the family chart, we're not talking about Brian as a kid, we're talking about when Stephanie and Juwan were kids, their mother and father were abusive and neglectful, and children's services had to get involved.